We're taking a look now at the Riverland, and the Beaver is with me. He's had a bit of a break actually last week, and he joins us now refreshed and raring to go again. How are you, big fella?
Yeah, good, Wayne. How are you, mate?
Really good. A bit of a chance to get the week off over the June long weekend. The scheduling of interleague football, the Hills took on your side, the Riverland combined with the Mallee, and still the Hills Country, which is their second division, was able to get up and win. The question has to be put about whether or not this high level of football, whether the best players really want to play, and I guess at the end of the day, it's worth playing, but worth playing with the ones that put their hand up.
Yeah, look, I think those that want to play, I think it's a good opportunity for them to play and take on, the better players from other leagues, and I think it's only good for their football development. But unfortunately, guys that probably should be playing aren't playing, and there's a number of reasons. One, maybe they don't want to be injured. Two, they may not have any interest. But yeah, those that want to play, I still think it's an opportunity for those that want to have a crack at a better level. I think it's good for their football development, and if it can continue, I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, a couple of boys from the Waikerie club in Heusler, he played, and great to see him getting an opportunity. So, very serviceable player in your club.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think Steve, when he had the opportunity to play, he put his hand up, and Steve's 25. He's been playing down the back pocket and on the wing for us, and he enjoyed playing in it. And another guy, Jack Berri, as well. Who's been playing centre half back for us, who's only a young fella too, 21, 22, got to play in it, and I think they'll both learn something from it, and I think it's good that they mix in with some of the other players as well from Up River Club. That's how you sort of extend your friendship and that throughout the league.
Yeah, interesting too, because Beaver, the other side of this that may be worth exploring is should this sort of a competition, rather than say the zone competition which comes up in July, should we be looking at maybe a underage, like a 23-year-old or this sort of situation for these type of comps? Bring the best of your talent out that are playing senior football across the league in that sort of age profile.
Yeah, you could try it, Wayne. I guess it will just come down to those that are under 23, whether they want to commit and play. I mean, there's a few Waikerie boys that probably fit that mould, who I know definitely had no interest in playing on the weekend. Now, that's unfortunate, but that's what it is. You can't make players go out there and play, but I think that could be something they look at. However, depends on numbers and who's willing to play and who's not, and so it's not an easy one. I still think going forward they probably should still be trying to put their best team out there, and whether you're 30 or 20, if you're good enough and want to play, you should be able to get the opportunity to play.
Yeah, certainly. Well, the Karoonda coach and former Loxton North boy Nathan Brown loves his interleague football, and it was out and about. Wolford again, another one too mentioned there. Scores and I guess better players, Beaver?
Yep, so the Hills end up winning on the day 10-7, 67 to Riverland Mallee side 7-9, 51. I'll just mention the Riverland Mallee best players. Nathan Brown, like you said, Tim Walford, Driscoll, Jenner, Wilson and Drew Kasolki from Loxton in the best. And goal kickers were all Mallee boys as well. And I'll claim Nathan Brown as a Riverland boy. He's from Loxton North. He got a goal as well. So.
A good claim from you. Hey, let's take a look then at Riverland football, because we're back playing this weekend. And this is going to be interesting because North get Berri, and Berri were really good, very, very good last time when they took on Waikerie, and only lost by the last kick of the match in a big shock. What about Loxton North over at North Park at the Panther Park? I reckon Berri might be able to get this win.
Yeah, look, going on form and playing both the sides in recent times, I think Berri definitely have to go into the game as favourites. They get big Brodie Thompson back this week in the ruck. He was missing against Waikerie when we played him, so there's a huge in for them up against big Matty Hampel from Loxton North. Saffa has been fantastic for them in the middle. I mean, Saff must be 38, 39 now, but still looks like he's 22 and, runs all day and gets plenty of the ball. Sutherland up forward, Voidy will probably go to him from Loxton North. They'll have to make sure that he doesn't take too many marks and kick too many goals. Should be a ripper of a game, but I think Berri will have too much and cement in that top four position.
All right, now Renmark at home get to Barmera Monash, the improving Barmera Monash, and I guess the question still is will Min play for Barmera Monash?
Well, just looking through the side, and he's not named. I'm guessing he isn't playing, but unless they're playing funny buggers.
What about Renmark? Okay, with Wolford coming back from the Interleague, he's a real gem, and both Wolford boys are, but Renmark, I think, just a bit more talent than Barmera and Monash here.
Yeah, look, Barmera, they found a goal kicker 2 weeks ago, and Brody Fred. Brody's been playing up forward, but I guess he's in the shadows of Mason Middleton, who's obviously an ex-league West Adelaide footballer and a great player. So he got the opportunity to play at full forward and kick 5. So we're really looking for him to do that this weekend. He'll be up against Blight, though. He's a great defender. Obviously, Mason Middleton is probably ready for a big breakout game to kick a big bag. So, if they really want to win this weekend, he'll probably have to put his hand up and do that. But Renmark all over the field, I think, have too much speed. I think they'll be fitter, and I think they've just got too much depth than Barmera, and I think they'll win this one pretty easily.
Okay, Beaver. It was back in the early season, May the 1st. It was at Loxton, and they beat Waikerie 13-7 to 9-10. Is it payback time when the big one, the match of the round, the Loxton boys visit to the Waikerie Oval?
Oh, I hope so, Wayne. Look, I mean, Loxton were very good that day. They beat us hands down. They wanted the ball more than us that day, and we have to turn that around this weekend. They've still got some great players playing out there. Raph Little, played up forward last time and took a few good grabs and kicked some goals. I see they've named it half back, but I'm pretty sure he'll be playing forward. Ponce as well, another big target for him up forward. Flighty at full forward. We'll have to make sure we keep them down. But for us, the big in for us is Matty Spenceley. He played a few weeks ago just to help us out. He's ended up not going back to Mildura for various reasons, but we're very lucky to get him back, and he's a huge in for us. We're still missing Jake Spenceley, of course, but Matt's a huge in. Matty Taylor comes back in for us as well in the ruck, so he's a huge in as well. It's going to be an interesting game. Down on our deck this time, hopefully we can turn the tide and get a win, and if we win this weekend, Waikerie will go clear top. So that's our goal, and hopefully we can make it happen.
Yeah, last time you started really well, but they came out in the second quarter and matched you, and then after that in the third and fourth quarters, they went away with it in that second half. They actually kicked in the second half 7 goals to your 4, and in the end they opened out a 21-point margin at the end of the game. I just reckon that they have got some talent, but maybe not enough. At Waikerie, I reckon, just starting to get into the zone, and Matt Spenceley, big get back from South Mildura, will be very hard to match up. But okay, over into independent football, and after the week off over there, a very important round of matches this time we're going to see, and as always, some really interesting stuff here in independent this year, because the bottom of the table clash, and this one, will Brownsville get a side on the park? That's the question that's probably going to be asked, because they got to go over there to Swan Reach and take on Blanchetown Swan Reach. For mine, I reckon that's the one actually that's got some interest about it, but I think BSR should win it.
Yeah, I agree, Wayne. If you look at just looking at the ladder, and Brownsville have only kicked 115 points this year. They've had 1,026 kicked against them. Blanchetown Swan Reach 300 they've kicked compared to 520 against them. So I think that tells a story there. Probably Brownsville, they got a few out. No doubt the cockies out there putting their crop in after all the rain we've had recently, hopefully. So, I think BSR will win this one.
And the big one, the match of the round, Sedan Cambrai at home at Cambrai get Cobby. Oh, gee, Cobby, are they on a roll? And maybe they didn't want the break last week. I reckon the Magpies beat the Eagles here, but, gee, this will be interesting.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still going to stick with Sedan Cambrai. I know Cobby have had some big wins over some, clubs like Brownsville and that. And, they did beat Paringa the other week as well. So, but I think they really need to be tested. They need to come out and do it against a Ramco, a Sedan Cambrai and a Wonka. And if they can do that, well, then I think they're the real thing. So this weekend will tell us a bit about it, but I think Sedan Cambrai at home will be too good.
And Ramco do get Paringa. This is interesting. Paringa struggling. I think Ramco comfortably.
Yeah, I agree. Ramco top of the ladder, cruising along nicely. Got a lot of goal kickers this year, a lot of run in their team. Paringa have just dropped off that little bit. They've been up there for so long now, and just struggling a little bit this year. So I think Ramco will be up and about. They'll travel down to Paringa, and I think they'll win the game. All
right, Beaver, who has had a terrific weekend off. He was third best player, the big Beaver, last time that he played against Loxton. I reckon he's just primed himself up with a weekend off. Didn't train probably too much this weekend either. Just ran around with the under-10s, I think. Isn't that right, Beaver?
It was raining here, Wayne, so I don't train when it rains.
It doesn't rain that often either up in the Waikerie area, does it?
No, it doesn't, unfortunately.
Wish it rained more, but maybe would like it to rain more for more opportunities. But great stuff, Beaver. We look forward to your comments next week.
Good on you, Flo, man.